Primal Hearts 2 takes place a few years after the original and stars a new cast of students attending Ainoshima Academy. Also returning are the school's traditions of the old Gekka vs Tendo rivalry, but some elements are different from the previous romp, which makes this a largely enjoyable visual novel experience. It's been a few years since Kazuma and his friends graduated. The council system has been deeply degraded. Gone are the days of Gekka working for policies that respect tradition and Kendo for fresher ideas. Now they're both just representatives of clubs, with Gekka working for the sports groups and Tendo being the head of the culture clubs. This arrangement means votes are only about those groups and never really about working for the sake of all students. Changing that situation is an important part of the common route, as the characters get to see how the distortions force the school into being a rift that only detracts from the benefits of the voting systems. Its theme of restoring the councils to their former glory makes it even more compelling to those who played the first entry. Not to spoil too much, but the player will also help a specific heroine who has been suffering injustice for a long time. Her character arc is one of the most compelling in the story, and it even got me teary-eyed. Overall, the whole common route of the story is short, and it may feel like it tends to favor some characters, but they're all charismatic people. In addition, the narrative allows players agency to side with Gekka or Tendo during dialogue. The chemistry between all the characters is strong, and it's fun to see how they all contribute to making the academy a better place. The protagonist Daichi is the young brother of Michi, one of the best characters from the first game. The girl rumored to have 31 boyfriends helped turn him into a sort of love machine. As such, he's usually suave even though he's absurdly dense. Though this is a cliche, I feel like the reasoning behind it is a nice touch. Michi dotes on her little brother and is constantly all over him whenever she can. She cares about him profoundly and tries to give him a push so that he doesn't have a bad ending in his romantic life. Daichi is an otaku who loves the anime Magical Mihonon, so he would likely tend to stick with 2D otherwise. His backstory has a variety of details players will discover more of during each route. At a specific point, players can choose one of 5 heroines to enjoy their route. There are 2 from Gekka and 2 from Tendo, and 1 other character. The latter's importance to the voting system is different entirely though, so I won't spoil it. Their routes begin with different versions of the school festival, and then things become a bit steamy later on. Alessia is the Gekka president and a second-year student despite her young appearance. She's a kind girl, but she's so shy it ends up backfiring on her. With her unusual appearance that seems to be of Western descent and her deadly stare, everyone has the wrong impression of her. Her only friend is Mashiro, the vice president. As Alicia is too shy, Mashiro is the one that represents Gekka in official affairs. She's a first-year student, but her stature as a noble and appearance makes her seem mature. She also takes care of the school's flower beds. On the Tendo side, the president's Usagi, who's known for being an idol. However, she shows her true self during her first contact with the protagonist due to the circumstances and his baffling attitude. She's a woman of many layers, always trying to keep her persona of an idol immaculate. Tatsuya is another Tendo representative and looks a little like Mihono. As was the case for Yuzuki, she's easy to hang out with and works as a waitress at Rapunzel. Studying at Ainoshima was a dream of hers as a kid, and she appreciates the school. The odd one out is Anna, who's not part of either council. She's a student who loves chaos and wants something fun to happen at all times. The truth is, she also has a secret role at the school, which she often slips a few hints at during dialogue. Besides the main character, I'd also like to point out that the side characters are nice additions to the story. For example, Hidehiko is obsessed with muscles, Yatajima is a musician who is often laid back, and Kirika is the leader of Usagi's fan club, thinking about her 24/7. It's fun to see their interactions with other characters. The story is mostly a fun, lighthearted romantic comedy with a little drama here and there. There are also references to the first game with returning characters and some sense of legacy. Though it's not required, I'd recommend playing it after Primal Hearts to enjoy better and notice these parallels. Primal Hearts 2 cuts to the chase with a shorter common route while not losing anything in character development. It's a lighthearted narrative with charismatic heroines and side characters that is much more comedic than impactful. It's a simple kind of fun, but it builds on the previous entry with a cast that's just as hysterical as before. Noisy Pixel is giving Primal Hearts 2 a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.